What's up, you guys? Welcome back to season 6 of Wicked After Dark, where we talk about all things Halloween. My name's Anthony. With me tonight, we got Ashley and Jess.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
The man behind the cam, as always, Andy. And his trusty sidekick, Jimbo.
I don't know about trusty.
Season 6.
Eight.
Episode numero uno.
Yep. Welcome back.
Wow.
Welcome back. It's been a while, guys. You know, last week, I don't know if we should
supposed to
talk
drop.
about this. For those of you guys that have been waiting patiently, I do appreciate your patience. But this episode is officially a week behind. We did have some severe technical difficulties where we ran sound
What's
check
new?
like 30 times today.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to have this one launched for you guys and ready to listen by Monday.
Yeah.
So
So
we're not going to get into it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning back in with us, guys. Thanks for missing us. And if you missed us, you can stop. I'm here.
We back.
Ashley's back, so she
I'm
can tell
back.
you all the bullshit lies. You know what I mean?
The lies. I'm the only real one around here.
Shit, dude.
Shit.
But no need to fear. Jess is here too.
Yeah.
Jess is here to hold space. All right.
I'm
Jess
holding
is here.
space.
She's locking down that chair.
That's right.
She's here
You know
just in
what I'm saying?
case you want to talk about some random movie
She's like,
on
new
Netflix.
season, new me. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna
New
talk
season,
more.
new me. We're gonna talk more about movies, shows, whatever I like to talk about.
That's right. She said, "Fuck it, I'm taking over."
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'll
Agree.
take it, bro. I'll take it. I like it.
Red Rover. Red
Who's
Rover.
obsessed with the new season of The Last of Us? We haven't
Not
seen
me.
it yet. We haven't seen it yet.
You know what? I was just telling you guys earlier. You know how Ashley has that phobia of like holes.
Yeah.
I think I might have found mine. It doesn't really. It's not that I have a fear of it, but it kind of
Grosses you
grosses me
out.
out.
Yeah.
The
Kind of
what?
grosses me out. The mushroom stuff growing on these things.
The mushrooms on their faces.
You know what I mean?
grosses you
Really
out.
grosses me out because I like to eat mushrooms.
Oh.
You know, but it doesn't look like that.
No,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
I
know,
like
so-
mushrooms.
Does it look
too.
like a shiitake mushroom?
It looks like shit. I don't know about
Portobello?
shiitake.
Portobello
Honestly, The
mushroom?
Last of Us, the last season of it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
3
Was
years
it?
ago. I don't know.
They took that
And-
that long off?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fool had to do Mando. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Damn.
And honestly, for me, it was hard for me to get into it in the beginning.
Not me.
In the beginning, it was a little bit hard to watch for me, and then obviously it got good towards the end.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of it.
It's hard to watch.
I
As
watched
a
In
like
my
fan,
opinion. In
but-
my
15
opinion.
minutes of
In
it.
your humble opinion.
In my humble opinion, the first 2 episodes were a little tough. But it did get really good, but the 2-year gap, I don't remember, and I don't think I have it in me to go through that again.
Well, you gotta remember it's a year of filming and editing, and then a drop.
You know, I never watched it, but I did get to go through the maze at in Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So he's an expert.
Pretty much. I was gonna get to that, but no, just based off the maze, shit, dude.
yeah.
Very gruesome looking creatures. Number one, the characters that were in the maze. You know what I mean? And it kind of reminded me of like a Walking Dead feel, sorta,
Yeah.
almost.
Kind of.
So I was like, okay, it's giving me a little bit of that like kind of end of the world vibe.
Yep.
These creatures are unkillable vibe. You know, it was very interesting, but I mean, yeah, I think I might try to watch it actually.
No, you're not.
No,
You're
all
not.
right, yeah.
I watched 10 minutes of it. Couldn't do it.
As
sorry,
a
I'm
fan
too
of the game and the show, Andrew knows what I'm talking about. We used to play all the time.
Hey, shout out Andy.
Shout out Andy. He's in the back.
He's behind
I
the
like it. I
screens.
like it. It's cool.
Anyway,
That's like where Pedro Pascal popped off, I think.
You
No.
think so?
I
No,
think
it's
so.
Mando.
No.
Mando, where he doesn't show his face.
Who the fuck's Mando?
No.
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
What was that movie?
Mando.
He popped off in
Mando.
Kingsman too, homie.
I don't think I watched that one.
He was in the original Kingsman, wasn't he?
No.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't. I
This is
see
the
it.
second one.
Kingsman 2.
Where they grinded his
Fun
head.
fact.
Kingsman
Did you guys know that what's his name, the main character in Kingsman?
Who?
Eggsy.
Eggsy is the voice of Sing, the gorilla in Sing
Yes.
that sings. Did you know that? And
Who?
is good. Eggsy.
Cares. Moving
Oh.
on. Come on now,
You know what?
baby. God.
I was gonna say nothing, but I'm getting a whiff of shit, and I think it's coming from you.
Damn.
Why you get all mad, bro? Because I got you, dude. Yeah, nobody cares about Eggsy, though. Come on now. Oh, shit.
Anyways.
I think we're talking about Pedro Pascal.
Anyways, let's move along, guys. Fucking A, dude.
Welcome
Come
back.
on. Welcome back,
To
season
another
6,
season of
episode 1.
bullshit.
Thanks for riding with us. Nothing new as far as our setup, guys. We really like it. I think everybody likes it. We're still adding to it from the last time you guys seen it. I've purchased more stuff.
Oh, shit.
still continuing to add to the collection.
More
So
honorable
it will
stuff.
grow, guys. I promise. As you can see, I look at the camera from here, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of stuff. But we can
I
add.
think everybody needs to put in the comments if they want to see us do a ghost hunt in this room because he has like
Stupid.
90 artifacts from haunted places. in
Nah,
here.
man, like 3.
If there ain't no ghosts in this room, he scared them off when he starts snoring.
That's
For
right.
sure, for
They
sure.
say
Yeah.
hell no,
That's right.
hell no.
I think we should do one because he's got a lot of artifacts in here that gotta have attachments.
I think doing ghost hunting is a little like hard thing to do because then you like sometimes you get nothing. You're like fuck. You just
Yeah, and then
fucking
you got a
filmed-
wasted episode.
I just filmed an hour of no one's like obviously if something was talking back to me,
I think, and that's what's kind of going to that. It's kind of hard for us to go and do that because I know everybody liked it on YouTube. You know what I mean? They like to watch us go through it, but at the same time, what if we would have caught nothing? Then you don't have anything to post. You know what I'm
Right. Yeah.
saying? So it's kind of like a risk reward type deal, but it's been a little more difficult
I
to try
mean,
to
Ghost
find those
Adventures, for
locations.
example, sometimes them episodes are boring.
Oh no! Every
Yeah.
episode they got a
And
ghost.
no. Yeah.
Tell me it's not rigged, huh? Shit.
And then Aaron's
Well,
possessed or someone gets
No,
possessed.
well, even if it's slow, they always, in 1865 there was a lady that killed over blah 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 over there in the corner.
And then
Yep.
if they don't get nothing, they're like,
Well, she's not here.
Zach's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to fucking rage out right now. Just save the show.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyways, we're gonna get right into this week's episode, guys. Starting off with everybody's favorite topic, Wicked Fest. Wicked Fest 2025. You guys have the date?
August 23rd.
August 23rd, Saturday.
Yucaipa,
City of
California.
Yucaipa at the YPAC Center, guys. Again, things are going very quickly for that. It's crazy because I remember when it dropped. Dude, we're already here.
Yeah.
We're in May, bro. We're rolling through May
Yeah, about 3
so
months.
fast. I know we're trying to enjoy the last few weekends we have available off. Because there's so much things going before Wicked Fest and even after.
Yeah.
I want to say it falls in like a 6-week span of like bang, 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 right?
Literally.
Literally, and they're all big ass shows.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a wild ass 6 weeks, 7 weeks,
It's gonna
man.
be a ride.
It's gonna be a ride.
It's gonna be a lot of caffeine.
It's gonna be you not seeing us, y'all.
Don't invite me nowhere. Answers no. I can't.
all the
make
way up
it.
until like
It's literally
September.
like
not even. We're going into September with events,
right
You know,
at the middle of September.
but perfect because I gotta go to Horror Nights. I gotta go to
Yeah.
Boogie Bash.
Yeah.
I gotta, hopefully we hit
it's
Scary
literally
Farm.
like, hey, don't invite me nowhere, guys, because they're big events, so they're all like
all hands on
all
deck.
hands and like prepping for the next week, which is only 4 days away because load in.
Right.
And then in reality, that's only gives you 3 days basically to order everything and make sure you still have stuff. So
Shout out to all the vendors too, guys, that did apply to Wicked Fest and that got in. Things are going. They're going. You know what I'm saying? I know that we're gonna start with the
start-
paperwork process here
reaching
shortly.
out soon to get stuff finalized. Like just
Shout out Creep Cake because he actually was like, "You guys get my documentation."
shout
We're
out
like,
to him.
Shit, hell
I
yeah.
was like, I'm pretty
we
sure,
sent
bro.
it. All right, I'm sure it's there. I believe you.
There you go, man. You know,
Yeah.
and it's
We'll be
much
on it.
appreciated, guys, because it does get difficult trying to get all that paperwork together because we got to go down to the city, file for it, on all that stuff. So
I think we're gonna have to separate in chunks this time. though,
Maybe.
'cause doing it
Poor-
all in one day, poor lady.
Poor
we're gonna have to get
lady,
her like
man.
a gift card or something.
like-
My hey,
Slide
thank you.
it to her.
There you go, girl. Starbucks on me. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, Wicked Fest is chalking up to be a great event, guys. So many great vendors, music, food, the whole nine, dude. Everything we've been expecting. And again, this is going to be one of those years where we really want to push the envelope and make it the busiest Wicked Fest we've ever had. Don't get me wrong, last year was a great one. Those who did attend, it was amazing. Attendance was amazing. And to see it, I got the opportunity to go across the street and kind of see it from there in a different perspective.
I really wish I could do that. Just like see.
And let me tell you something, it almost brought a damn tear to my
You should
eye.
have took a picture.
It almost brought a tear to my eye. Actually, my buddy, my best friend that helped me out, he's like, damn, bro. Like, you guys did it. You know what I mean? Like, where can you go from here? But again, there's always more.
Right.
You can always
There's
do
always
more.
room.
We always want more,
You always want more more for the vendors, you know what I mean? Because again, we're vendors. We're doing it for the other vendors.
Yeah.
People that are coming here are coming to shop. That's it.
Yeah.
Or to eat.
Actually, we had a new vendor friend that we met yesterday, I think.
Technically, yesterday.
Technically yesterday. Don't start with when this drops.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I actually got into Wicked Fest," and I was like, "Oh, awesome!" You know, we approved so many people.
Yeah.
You don't know off the top, like, "Oh yeah, this is." Blah,
Yo,
blah,
she
blah."
didn't have like
A sign.
A sign. So we didn't know. Who,
Yeah.
I've never actually spoken to this.
Shout out
That's
to her.
awesome.
She does she does nail art. She's an
Nails, yeah.
artist, and
Sweet.
she's like, "Honestly, I'm so excited I got in because I'm from Beaumont."
Oh,
And
perfect.
she's like, "There's nothing out there. There's nothing
No.
Halloween out there." And she's been to all the Wicked Fest, so that's super cool. So that was fun. Just
Yeah, I mean
it was
that's
a cool,
that's a cool experience, a cool acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Because again, the goal is to always fit as many people as possible within reason. You know, so obviously things have had to change up a little bit this year because again the layout changes just depending on what we can do. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like
We learn
the layout has changed every year.
every year.
Every year.
A little bit.
It's
A little
every,
bit.
every year it's a little, ooh, that shouldn't have gone there.
Right.
Ooh, that should
It was
have
it was a
went
little
there.
even up to the day of Wicked Fest. That's not the original layout of what you're seeing.
When we
Alright,
measured
y'all?
it fit, well, it don't fit now.
Right.
Well, what happened? I don't know. We lost
Well,
10 feet.
Right.
Again,
We lost the
it's
whole row.
not. It's not a box, guys.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's a very
Yeah.
weird.
It's
very
a
fluid
difficult
situation.
shape, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's a difficult shape, but just so
Anyway.
worth it, dude. I know the city's ready for us. I've got a couple phone calls again from the city, just ready for it. They're getting phone calls, guys. If anything, too, if anybody has any questions that's actually listening to this podcast, any questions in regards to Wicked Fest, please go ahead and DM us, email us, whatever you need to do. Because if you do call the White Pack Center, they just send it right over to us.
Yeah, like, they
You know what I
don't
mean?
really-
Go ahead and bring all your questions this way, and we'll do our very best to answer it. But
Yeah.
you know, just super excited for it, dude. Just the fact that, again, that we're so close now. Guys, we've been promoting. We've already ordered flyers for so many different events that we've done. You know, so it's just been a good time, and it's gonna be a good time when it shows up.
And
No doubt.
sponsorship
Sponsorship opportunity will be coming up very
this
soon.
week.
Very soon, guys. We're super excited for that as well. We're going to try to include so much into the package, but again, the best that we can do. You
Yeah.
know, that's all we can do is
We're gonna
put it
give it
together
100%.
and just know we're going to give it 110% every time, man. So,
Moving on.
Moving on.
damn, that my throat's a little.
Moving on
I gave
to
you
some
some
stuff you guys
water.
did.
We are active on TikTok again, guys.
And I'm not even on it. That's fucked up.
Yeah, because you don't
No,
ever
y'all
want
didn't
to
even
do
invite me, dude.
anything.
It's all good, guys. Just so whoever's listening, they don't ever invite me, dude.
Hey, check it out. No. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. We took our niece and nephew, or godson, I'm sorry, and our niece to Dollar Tree to do a little splurge. Okay, you guys can whatever you want. Big mistake.
Yeah.
They're like $30. They're like, hold on, this is the Dollar Tree, right? Hold
Right.
on.
So we ended for real, bro. And I was like, hold on, that's just $5.99. Put that shit back. Anyway, we did mystery. They had mystery Scooby Doo figurines
Yeah.
there, so we did a whole little video on it. Check it out on TikTok.
Check that out because the disappointment was real.
It was so real. I got Fred.
Hey, fool, let me ask you something. You want the most popular character in the collection.
Yeah.
You really thought fool you were going to get it?
Nah, fool,
Well,
but at least
wait,
Velma.
wait.
There was like
Come on,
6
dog.
chances she
Nah.
could get that one
I got the
before
worst
anyone else.
possible
Who did you want?
outcome.
Who did you want?
Anyone
Scooby.
other than fucking
Everybody
Fred.
wants Scooby.
Oh yeah, no.
I got Fred, bro.
Yeah, but without
Hey, bro.
Fred, you know, he's the leader of the pack.
I got Shaggy, so I was okay.
Damn, that was a good one.
He
That
mar-
one was good.
But Freddie married Buffy.
Whatever.
Buffy.
We did put that on TikTok. You can see my reaction in the raw. Like,
Hurrah.
Ashley's like, oh, I really
it
got
was
this one.
tough. But yeah, we also have another video dropping. I don't know. Jessica gets to it.
Soon.
Sure. Our new segment's coming out where we go to coffee shops and review coffee shops and just show the vibe of the coffee shop. Anthony was in fact invited to that, and
he
guess
didn't
what?
go.
He shot me down when I mentioned it for the pod vlog stuff. He's
Yeah.
like,
They're lying,
no one
guys.
really wants to see that.
Watch it blow up, and I'm over here like, can I join now?
No,
babe?"
Can I go to the next one with you? Nope.
So stay tuned
No,
this week
no,
for our
it-
coffee shop video, starring me.
I'll try to join in
And
here
me.
and there. You know what I mean? I'll try to join in.
Yeah,
But tell them about your little vlog experience that we had leading up to a show that we were getting.
Oh fuck! I gotta
That was
bring that up.
perfect, bro. That was perfect.
Anyway, we agree.
So first of all, Ashley's in the truck like, hey guys, did you guys vlog? And we're like, no, why didn't you remind
Did you
us,
vlog
dude?
this morning? I was
Yeah.
like, you were being serious?
Yeah, she was like, did you guys vlog? I was like, no, did you? She's like, yeah, but I'm nervous. It's cringe. Da, 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 da,
Cringe,
right?
bro. Anyway, good thing it didn't work out anyway because I woke up. My day starts at my house, you know, so I have a 25-minute drive, 30 sometimes, 45,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. I have to drive here. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to vlog. I didn't vlog getting ready because Jesus, you don't want to see that. But in the car, I got in the car, I'm like, I mount my phone. And I was like hyping myself up, like, how hard can it be? How hard can it be? Bro, just go with the flow. I got it down, I go with the flow, talking my shit. I stopped the video. I get here, and I'm like, okay, I'll play it for you guys, but don't laugh. I didn't record the audio because it's connected to my car.
She's connected to her
So,
car.
would you say you had some technical difficulties?
Damn.
Yes. But this is my first
That's
rodeo,
crazy.
not season 6, big
That's
dog.
crazy.
It's not season 601 episodes in.
Season 6,
Oh,
big
you-
dog.
You've never shot a vlog before? Because I think you sent like 7 billion Snapchats back and forth with your
That's
friends.
true.
So.
You guys
Damn,
don't even-
Connected to
straight
my
got
fucking
you,
car.
bro.
Vlog style.
Wow.
Anyway, let's
Got
just
him.
pick on
It's
Ashley
hard.
Day.
I think it's hard to vlog. It's different to the podcasting because obviously we're talking to an audience, but that's later.
And you're in your element.
We got a little red dot up there, as you can see. I'm making eye contact with you guys.
Oh, I never. Sorry, y'all.
You know,
I don't look.
90% of the
suck.
time, these two dummies, if you ever see us guys and they're like this, it's because they're looking at themselves. Even though we got to look at the
it's
red
'cause I'm
dot.
looking at my dad or something.
And we're gonna have to
Sorry.
turn
And we got our
monitor
guys
around.
over here,
It's
you
because
know?
I'm shy.
Yeah, right.
No,
Anyways.
you know what? I was shy when we went to the coffee shop. Okay, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I didn't know the vibes of the shop. It was cute, but it was cute. You know, like it was USA and
Nah,
that.
it was Horsetown, USA. If y'all know,
I
y'all
was a
know.
little scared.
That's it.
I'm not gonna lie.
From
'cause
now
I was
on-
like, oh shit, like we're over here.
you
sticking
guys-
Hey,
out. We
Ash was
stuck
like,
out
you know
like
what,
a
just
sore
let's just
Nah,
go to
dude,
the
it was
let's just
like-
go to the car.
Hey, dude, it was just like, even if you knew they were strapped up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was very
Western.
you know, Western, and I don't think
It's
we,
in a
we
Western
read
town.
it. Right. We should have assumed, but you
Yeah.
know what? No judgment.
Next
The
time-
coffee was great, but
Yeah.
I was like, Jessica, don't hold Katie's hand.
Next time you got to make it
Yeah.
obvious. You got to say
Yeah.
Andy
Be
the-
like,
and
Jessica, don't
the
say,
big
don't
camera.
Say,
Don't
babe,
use your
don't say
iPhone.
babe. Just be like Katie.
I was like, Jessica, I'll order. Get behind me. What you want? I'm just kidding. It was very nice, family owned. I mean,
Yeah.
they had a 16-year-old taking my coffee order, which kind of threw me off threw me for a loop because I was like,
Maybe a little younger.
how are you working here? And
Hey,
then
dude,
I
that was me.
remembered I'm not 18 anymore, and there's kids in high school working now. You
Yeah.
know, who work, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I felt so old. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
old. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong.
You're
but
telling me,
I was just
dude.
like, you're allowed to work,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I'm like, it was just weird.
Well,
to me.
especially if it's family owned. You already know.
yeah, you
You
know,
already know.
Well, next time, take Andy, the big ass camera
I'm
set
not
up.
taking a big ass.
Hell yeah, do
That's
it
why.
right.
That's why I wanted the little one. Ain't no one
Nah.
did it.
Yeah, we learned though because our voiceover didn't get wasn't clear, so we're gonna have to put.
Yeah,
some
we
music
didn't bring the
over.
mics with us. You know, it was like a last minute, like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. We even filmed outside because we were nervous, y'all. Like,
Wow.
Anyway, make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram so you can see
Stay
those
tuned.
videos,
Those
those
funny
random ass
videos.
videos that we're gonna start posting. And if you're not a fan of it,
don't
there's the
comment because I'll
door.
delete it.
There's the door, okay? Anyway,
Give him shit, guys. All right, moving on.
Chugging along.
Chugging along.
chugga.
Just came off some events, right?
We had a few events
We had-
actually.
That's all we had from the past 4 weeks.
2 events in
Two
4 weeks.
events,
That's
yeah.
pretty
That's
busy.
pretty good, I guess.
3 technically.
Talking about the most recent one, we just yesterday technically. Today's
Technically.
Wednesday, guys, in my
Yeah.
head. Tuesday we did Villains Brewery and at the Tavern and Terra Villains Brewery in Anaheim. Shout out to October Village. It was a banger for a Tuesday. Wild.
Wild,
Very
bro.
wild.
I heard there were some cannonballs.
Literally, someone
Yes.
jumped into a pool.
Two
They got
people.
kicked out of
Good.
it. Like, off the
Good.
get. I'm just like, I get it. You think that's the vibe, but now
It's
the
not.
floor's soaked.
Yeah, the floor was soaked.
Now
You
it's
know
a
what?
slip
That's just an
hazard.
asshole thing to do, though. You know, it's
Yeah.
not funny, bro. We're grown, dude.
Dude,
Like,
the
come
pool
on, bro.
is like 4 feet.
Yeah.
That's it.
People got wet from
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
splashed. The floor got wet. Now you're like, oh, like don't slip, you know. But I get it. But like, come on,
But they handled it well.
they handled it.
They
yeah.
handled it well.
I didn't even see them get out of the pool either, dude. That's
Yeah.
how packed it
At
was.
first,
Like,
I thought someone fell in because it was so packed.
yeah,
It was possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Just a disclaimer: if somebody tries some stupid shit like that at our event, we'll snatch you up.
Quickly.
Not me.
Don't jump in the pool because there's not one.
yeah, right.
Oh, well, there's
There's
a
a
waterfall.
waterfall.
now.
There's a waterfall. You jump in that and you.
Luckily for us, the sheriff's department is sitting right there, so
That's
they
true.
can
Yeah,
handle
That's
that.
they
true.
always, yeah.
But
Yes,
for
that's
a
right.
Tuesday event, it was a banger.
It's always
It was busy,
crazy, dude.
you know. But check out Villains Brewery. Even if we're not there for event, it's great. The food's actually really good.
Yeah,
the
we
beer,
shared
the
something.
drinks, very very cool vibe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know I was supposed to attend this one again.
He never attends, y'all. Don't ever expect him
And
there.
of course, I get off early now, and I get stuck on the freeway for an accident.
Sure. He was sitting around the corner, so he didn't come
He
with
saw
us.
our car leave and then he pulled up.
For
You guys
real.
are dumb. Anyways,
it was a
yeah.
great event. We actually dropped a new item this
Woo!
Tuesday.
Now let
Oh,
me
yeah.
tell you something.
You ain't got
That
nothing
shit
to
went
tell.
Oh yeah, go ahead, dog. My bad.
Yeah, you don't got nothing to tell. You weren't there.
Go ahead, my bad. I'll just
All
stay
right,
quiet.
so but the setup was a little different
me move my
this
mic.
time. The way me and Ashley had to sit, you know, she
Yeah, it
sat
was hard.
in the back in the
I think
rocks
it
in a long chair, and I sat like right next to our table, which was really awkward because people were just standing in front of me, and I'm just sitting here like, I know.
Yeah, so we dropped 3 new pastel colors for our spooky host tote bag.
Yeah,
Apparently,
so
people liked it.
they're very lunch bag size. You know,
They're
very,
very, yeah.
small. And
small,
I'm like,
cutesy.
Jessica, like, I don't know how that's gonna do. It's very small, in my opinion. Yeah, don't ever listen to my opinion because they sold out.
Yeah,
Within
I
the-
texted you at 5:40.
Yeah, I was like within the
They were
hour they were
gone.
gone.
And I felt bad because people were waiting in that line to get to us for us to be like,
I'm so sorry.
My bad. We brought 2.
We didn't bring 2.
we did not bring 2.
No, I know.
We're gonna debut Anthony's product next week.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Watch it sell out, fool.
You do a lot of this, but you write checks. Your ass can't cash.
Damn.
Damn.
Anyways,
The
yeah.
The
and
Rock
then,
just showed up.
we posted, you know, Katie posted a picture of
Pretty
them.
good picture, yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
We posted something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Big
Twice.
followers.
Well, you're the one that was just like, look how many likes it has.
So you would just be talking shit and not even knowing what was going on.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyways, we posted it and we were getting hit up like, oh, when's it
still
dropping online?
are.
Is it
we
dropping online?
still are getting
And
messages.
I'm just
If
like,
you're
"Ew,
listening now
I'm
on a
trying."
Monday, it should be listed.
I'm not.
I hope so, because you were telling everyone and their mom yesterday by end of week.
You were telling them
Because you
that.
told me that.
Okay, that was before I looked at the inventory.
It'll be listed eventually, guys. We got to
I'm
make
just
sure that
trying
there's
to-
enough
we can
inventory.
get it. Yeah, I'm not
She
gonna
lied.
list
Yeah.
it. I did not
Beat her
lie.
ass, not
I
mine.
mean,
Everybody's like, "Fuck you,
Um,
Jess."
We might do pre-orders. It might take 2 months, but you'll get it.
Yeah. No, just shout out to for the love on that though, man. I mean, thanks to everybody on the support that we got on those bags in general.
yeah.
We're still pushing them really hard. I know the girls have been working diligently to try to come up with something new for that.
Actually, we'll be
Diligently.
dropping a kids version.
Yes.
Because a lot of kids, little girls, want the
Love
pastel
it.
or the
They
smaller
love
it.
toe,
Hold on.
and they love it. And I'm like,
It's not gonna say that.
No,
okay. I was
I'm
gonna
coming
say
up with spooky. It's gonna be
something.
spooky
Oh,
kids.
hold up, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
don't
sorry,
be dropping
sorry.
too much intel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a PG version because a lot of people are.
Yeah. Imagine your little
teachers.
daughter
Like,
like,
I
"Hey man,
love
look at
it."
Spooky Ho!" Like,
Yeah. So
Girl,
we're
you better
gonna be
take that shit
coming
off.
up with different versions of
Take-
it
take
it to school.
because
No.
some people can't take that to work.
You know what?
Their kids want one.
I think they should take it, and then they should buy our "Welcome to Primetime Bitch" T-shirt
Yeah,
and
there
take
you
them
go.
both to school.
Yep, there you go.
What could go wrong?
awesome though. That
Everything.
it's always fun when somebody is enjoying your product. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Um,
good shit.
Yeah, when I meet people that follow our Instagram, because the lady came up to the booth and her husband was like, "How'd you even hear of this, babe?" And she's like, "Oh, because they posted it, and it was us who posted it." Like,
You're like, yeah.
high five right here, girlfriend. But yeah,
Hey, that's
so
the power of social media when you
power of
work
social-
together.
And it's always funny because when I tell people what I do and they go and I'm like, "Oh, do you have an Instagram?" I'm like, "Yeah, here, follow my Instagram." And they're like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
you have an Instagram?" You know, like we have a bigger, knock on
Nah,
wood,
yeah.
following. And I'm like, "Oh yeah," but I forget like there's actual people
right.
who like come up and talk to us about our page, about our products, about what we post. And I'm like, "Oh shit."
I think it's like, yeah, it's crazy because like, I don't know. At the same time, you just forget like, that's me, go.
Uh-huh.
Like I have pride behind it while I go work my freaking little minimum wage job after that, you know.
We
It is
actually
what
had
it
a
is.
moment.
I think it's kind of out of body experience.
We had a moment.
We had a moment yesterday where people I felt bad. People kept coming for them bags, right?
Oh, and they were showing
And I
us our
looked at
Instagram.
Jessica and I'm like, we get so many people like that, and here we are still like, we'll get to
Shoot,
it.
yeah.
Oh, not today.
That's
oh,
awesome.
And it makes you feel like shit because you show up to game day and you have, your quantity and you're like, fuck, I should have done more. Or you don't know how a product's going to do and then it
Yeah.
fucking goes crazy and you're like, I fucked up.
I mean,
I
yeah.
sold, you know. But like,
So you guys had that experience
we kind of
yesterday.
had a moment
Yeah.
of clarity. Like,
Awesome.
maybe we
But
should care a little
it's
bit
not
more.
even
I like that.
And so I was
You just
hoping you
never
should have
know.
showed up so you would have
Oh
had the same
my
moment. So you would have
God,
found the
dude.
tractor parked out back to pull your head out your ass.
Damn.
Damn.
You know what? Yeah, I'm out of here. Fuck you guys. You're lucky my chain snatched. Or I would have split.
Hey,
and
we
you dumb.
can borrow Ethan's little tractor.
You know, shout out Ron Glam, my tia Sam. I call her my tia. She's always our neighbor, and she's actually doing the fair all month long too.
Damn.
Yeah, so go check her out. She's at the fair.
Yes.
In the Halloween section, mixed with
Hall
don't know.
7.
Hall 7. I'm sorry. And she was like, I was setting up our table. She was setting up her table. And I was like, dude, like honestly, I need to come up with new products. I'm sick of everything. And she's like, she's been in the game for years,
Yeah.
decade, you know. And she's like, girl, I quit every 3 months. You know, you're gonna every other day. You're like, fuck, this sucks. I want something new. I don't want to do it. And it's true. Like the mental battle with yourself. Like, fuck, what's new? What should I do? I don't want to
You
do
know,
this.
good-
This sucks.
The good thing is that you bring that up because, you know, all it took was for these individuals to come up to continue to show you they want a product of yours
Yeah.
Right.
that you guys have created, right? That the companies has created.
Yeah.
And now you feel that feeling of obligation, like you're not Walmart, like, oh, it's sorry, you're gonna have to wait till it comes back in stock.
Right.
You're like, oh, I let you down.
Yeah.
My bad. You know, I got you
I
on the
let you
next
down,
one.
but at the same time,
you
like
know?
with these bags, it's literally like they're out of stock. Like I can't.
No,
keep
but
them
I'm
right
saying
now.
you feel that though yourself.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
I
that
feel
that's where that
the
pride and
disappointment.
integrity comes in on your part. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Next time, bro, I gotta make sure I bring at least double.
Yeah.
Right.
Or whatever. But at the same time, people need to realize, right? The upfront costs on these things ain't cheap.
Yeah.
No.
They're
Well,
not cheap.
Anytime people were coming, I would be like, if you walk away without buying it and
It's
you
gone.
and you come back around, I guarantee you it will not be here. And that happened like
happened.
twice or three
Beautiful.
times yesterday to me personally. And they're like, damn it. And I was like, I told you, like,
Well, there's a
I
server who
told you.
came and she pre-bought a bag. She's like, can you please just put it
put
away
it to the
for
side,
me?
please.
I did that. Someone spilt my Diet Coke over here.
It wasn't there.
It didn't
moved
get
it.
dirty. Didn't get dirty, but I had to move the pouch where it was hidden, and I put it up top.
Oh,
Sold it.
No.
Someone was like, "Oh, you have one more. Perfect." And I was just
like,
like,
no, I don't.
This one's dirty. You know, I don't want to like it's pre-sold. I don't want people to start thinking like, you know, but it was for the server. So I was
It
like,
was already
yeah,
sold,
unfortunately,
like-
this one's not for purchase. But here's the sample of it, you know. And she's like, "Oh man, okay."
She's like, I'll give you double. Sold.
We already, no, the lady already had given us the money, so we couldn't even like.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Again, just a really good feeling
She
on
didn't
that, man.
replace my Diet Coke either.
No?
No, what a bitch.
Did you have to pay
right?
for it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, no. What do I...
Yes, I did.
Mm.
You know, and she didn't go replace it. She's like, "Well, I have to go to the restroom." She left me there with the spilt soda,
Yep.
glasses on the top. She just dipped. It's busy. I'm like, all right.
I'm waiting in the bathroom line.
That's crazy.
God
Straight
damn.
left me.
Sound like a good time.
It was a good time.
Anyways, great event, guys. Shout out again to October Village for an awesome event, especially on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tavern. What's it called?
Miller's
Tavern,
Brewery.
Villansbury.
Sorry, Villains Brewery. Awesome show, man. Awesome. Moving on though to the one that we did right before that, which was
Smoking fire.
Smoking Fire.
It was at Smoking Fire.
But that's what it was
In
called.
Pomona.
Another October Village event. Shout out to October Village. They're just popping off this year.
Dude, let
I
me
know
tell you
that's their
something.
goal though. I don't bring it up though. I don't know how they
Yeah,
announced
yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, another October Village
No,
event.
it's like I was saying last time before the episode got deleted. Awesome thing that they're doing. They're onto something really great. They've always had really great shows. You know, the fact that they were able to show and demonstrate, they can go anywhere, dude. You know, like I said, you guys were up in Anaheim last night. We were in Pomona a week before that, you know, and then stay tuned for the future, you know. But it's amazing to see them be able to do that and bring the success that they bring for not just them, but the vendors.
Vendors, yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
again, let's get into the Smoking Fire event. Amazing.
That was
Packed.
sorry, excuse me.
Huge.
That was a big event.
Well, if you could describe it in one word, what would it be?
Crazy.
Damn.
Exactly. Simple. Simple as that, dude.
There
It was
an
crazy.
outdoor event, and there was still a line to get it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nuts, dude. You know, people found a way to get there, found a way to park. The line was
Yeah.
insane, and they were doing their absolute best to get as many people through there as possible.
Yeah.
You know, so just again, big shout out to October Village, man. They're doing such a great job with bringing in these people to help all of our vendor family. Because again, guys, I don't like to get into these things, but times are tough.
Yep.
Times are tough. Costs are high.
Very
You know,
high,
so just shout out to them for doing what they're doing and
Yeah.
and helping wherever they can to help us to continue moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So really big shout out to them, man. And again, it inspires us, not just me. I say us because we're in that same boat, just not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Wicked Fest is just one. Now imagine all the ones that they do, you know? So we're very much so inspired by them and want to do what they're doing on some level of capacity, right?
Yeah.
So it's just awesome to see that. And the fact that we're friends with Ashley and Jeremy, you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
You can talk about the event now. Go ahead.
What event?
Smoking Fire.
Oh, that's they're actually Villains Brewery too.
Yep.
They're like
They own
both.
it. Yeah, they own both.
Fun fact, if you're wondering, pretty sure you weren't. But yeah, it was a good event. A lot of vendors. It was a hot day.
Yeah, it was a lot of vendors. We
Lot
got
of vendors.
sickeningly sunburned that day.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
awesome.
This tan you see going on right here, that's from that.
The best part was when we all sent a picture at the end of the night who had it worse.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
that
it
was
was
good.
Ash. Low-key.
And they were like, "That's not bad," until you took a shower
Yeah.
and you're
Burning,
tomato red.
yeah.
But it was all worth it.
Yeah.
It was all
It was a
worth
good
it.
time.
It was
Super
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram for more dates to be announced and more shows to
Stay
be
tuned,
announced.
man.
Feature
This year's
shows.
looking real nice.
Yeah.
What do we have coming up for shows? Nothing really, right?
In the
Nothing
near
that's
future,
been announced.
Nothing that's been announced. The only
Okay.
thing now that we can talk about is Midsummer
Midsummer.
Scream,
right?
which we will be at
Yes.
again.
Well,
Yay,
Midsummer
yay.
Scream,
Year 2, baby.
Midsummer
Wicked Fest,
Scream, Wicked Fest,
And that's it. That's announced so far.
Yeah.
Creep IE,
And Creep IE.
and Creeper Real OC.
Angry Realisty.
Oh, wow.
Still a lot coming.
There's a lot
But
coming.
so that would be our very next announced event. Would be
Yes.
Midsummer Scream,
Midsummer
right?
Scream
Right.
in August.
Nice, Midsummer
Well, stay
Scream. I know
tuned.
they're on a full roll in promo and dropping celebrities and stuff
Yep.
like that. That's another event, man. That's just an awesome, just a great
Banger.
experience, dude.
Yeah.
You
We're
know,
actually thinking of how to set up now for that
it's
event.
and it's looking like it's gonna be a difficult one,
Yeah.
but worth it. You know, again, we're going to the Met Gala of horror.
Literally.
You know, so it's like bring your best.
We're on the drawing board right now trying to
That's
figure out a
right.
new
That's
setup,
right,
you know?
dude. But
think we're onto something.
backtracking a
Got
little
it.
bit to Wicked Fest, man, and August is Wicked Fest, guys, and we are praying with everything that we're able to bring something so new to you guys that I still don't want to say too much on, but you know,
Yeah.
stay tuned for that, dude. Because if that happens, guys, it's just going to be probably an emotional day, to be honest with you, because
Yep.
this has been a journey we've been on for so long, and it's like so overdue, and we're fucking right there. You know what I mean? We're right
Yep.
there. So
The light's
I'm
there.
hoping
It's getting
that
bigger.
Wicked Fest will be the official debut of this.
Yeah.
And it would just mean the world to be able to do it on our day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're gonna be pushing
We
really
don't
hard
talk
for
about
it.
it much because we don't want no bad
Right,
energy.
right.
No
Yeah,
we
negative.
don't talk much about it.
I
but-
believe in no hole. So
Yeah. Bad karma, all that shit. So, anyways,
moving on.
Midsummer though would be the next scheduled event, guys. So go ahead and check it out. Was our coupon code already
It's
expired? It's
done.
expired. Damn it. It expired already, guys. So now you're gonna have to pay and get your tickets quick because I'm.
But it's
promise
worth
you,
it. It's worth
I
it.
promise you, it will
Sell
sell
out.
out.
Yep.
It will sell out.
Yeah, but
And let me tell you, it's an
crazy. It's
amazing, amazing experience. I personally, God, I think it's my favorite event of the year.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be.
It has everything.
The entertainment value, the visual
Celebs.
value, the celebrity
The
value,
shopping. You know, when
amazing.
you're a vendor, you see a lot of the same vendors all the time, and you're like, okay, I bought that already. I have
Yeah.
that already. You're like, fuck, I want to buy something though. That's the event you're like, I need that.
That's the event where they overdo it though, and
Yeah.
you leave broker.
Yeah, you're like, I spent $150 and the doors haven't opened. Hold on.
You're like, whoa.
You're like,
whoa,
hold that
whoa,
for me,
whoa.
hold that for me. I'm
Yep.
gonna be back for
Yep.
that.
Let
Then
me
you get to
sell
the next
something.
booth, like shit. Hold on, you too. You know. Yeah.
Tradesies?
Matter of fact,
No,
we
for
bought your
real.
when you got married. We bought our
Handkerchiefs.
handkerchiefs there.
Yeah.
That
Right?
was the year we went as just to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
but
weren't-
still,
yeah.
I mean, that made it into your wedding, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
The most important day of your life, probably, other than your son being
Yeah.
born and my birthday.
Yeah,
but
fun fact. Me,
you know, it's got-
Anthony,
My birthday.
This
I mean, we do
guy.
share the same day.
Yeah.
Just know that one day.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
will just
they
be
always
you.
talk about
it,
that.
it could just be you. Life's crazy.
Nah.
Life works in mysterious
Hey, with
ways.
the shit that I do for work, it for sure it could be you.
You know what they say? Assholes live forever, though.
Yep.
So you're right. It could be
Okay.
you.
Oh, okay. All
Yep.
right.
So you and Andy are in the clear, dog. Angie for sure, last man standing. That's a motherfucker right there.
Oh man. Anyway, moving along, chugging along.
Chugga,
Chugging
chugga,
along,
chugga, chugga,
speaking
chugga,
about
chugga.
oldness, this girl right here just turned
30.
Goddamn, Mama, you could tell.
Why you gotta say my age? You could just said it was my birthday.
Well, fucking, we said bye to your 20s. Fuck the 20s or some shit. What do we do?
That don't mean nothing.
R.I.P. to my 20s.
There you go.
She had a little party.
Let me
thing.
tell you
Anthony for
something.
sure had fun.
Hell, I didn't have fun.
You don't remember, that's why.
I don't remember going to sleep that night.
Fool, you was on a good one, dog.
You were on a good one, dude.
He
Dude, I was
said,
drinking the big boys.
You,
Yeah.
you were running into things.
he said he heard it was
Oh,
good. He said he heard it was a good
shit.
party.
You're so having such much fun. You bullied your best friend to show up at 10:30 and
I sure
11
did.
o'clock. Poor guy.
Damn.
Eyes bloodshot, like he was already sleeping.
You could tell like he was in bed when I
Yeah,
called him.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, he's like,
for
"Hey, what's
sure.
up, fool?" I was like, "What are you doing, man?" "Oh, I'm in my house. Get your ass down here. It's only 45 minutes."
Well, he's old
Dang.
too, so he forgot.
Yeah.
But shout out to our sister. Happy birthday to
The
her.
big 3-0.
3 decades on this earth. That's crazy.
crazy.
You know, it's funny. I just seen a TikTok,
Yo.
and it was just like, it's crazy. People are the 2000 babies posting they just turned 25. How's that? I was born in 1995, and I just turned 25. I was like, damn.
You know
It's
what?
sad.
Those videos
I'm 25, I'm
where they're
25.
going around the high schoolers like, what year's considered old? 2000. If you're born in 2000, you're old. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
If you're born in the 90s, now you're a fucking
Ancient.
ancient to these kids. And now,
No.
And
No,
if you're
they
born in
know.
the 70s, you're
oh my
prehistoric,
god,
dude.
Yeah.
start planning your funeral, man.
Damn.
Yeah, they're just like,
Already planned mine.
Thank you for that. No, bro, like I think I'm going through that phase of my life right now where I'm realizing I don't blend with the young crowd no more.
Right,
Yeah,
you don't?
it's a hard face
And
to
I'm
get
just like,
through,
wait a
bro.
minute, like, what do you mean? Like, I went to
Yeah.
the bar with my best friend, right? We're there, and we're just like, how they look like young. How are they getting a drink here? You know, and the way they act. And you're just like, oh hell no. I see teenagers in public, and I'm pissed. Where's your mom?
Well, first of all, you're shopping down in Redlands.
I'm sorry, it used to be great.
It used to be
Don't go to that Target.
horrible
Now I
there
see
now,
two
bro.
teenagers by themselves. Where's your mama? Because now
Yeah.
I'm irritated. Now I feel unsafe.
I have that experience all the time. Last time your mom and I went to Disney on our own, we're doing the food festival, and we're just standing there chilling and eating something, and we see these group of girls, and they look like they're 12 to me, and they all got drinks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How's
what?
that?
freshly
How?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 21 looks 12 to me.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's crazy.
I feel old because I have a daughter that's gonna be 10 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
she's
old,
growing up so fast, and I'm just like,
I know. I
What's
walk
going
in and
on?
I'm like, I was on the couch, right? And what is on the 991 show? What's
911.
911's on, and I'm like, oh, do you want the control for the baby? And I was like, who's watching this? Me. What the hell you mean you're watching this? This isn't Disney.
Yeah.
This ain't Nickelodeon. What the hell?
she's growing up too
Nickelodeon.
fast,
I was
bro.
like, you watch this? She's like, yeah, I love this show. Oh hell no.
Uh-huh.
That just makes you feel old.
It
you
breaks
know?
my heart. I don't even want to talk about it. I'll start crying.
Poor you. Quiere llorar. Quiere llorar.
I told your mom the other day now that Jessica's 30.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, you're old, woman.
Yeah,
She said, well, you're older than I am.
true. I feel like I'm not even
No,
gonna say that.
it's funny because when I was younger, I always shared a birthday. I have 2 friends whose birthdays are right behind mine. It's literally me, my friend the next day, my other friend the next day. So they both text me on my birthday, whatever, talking crap, 30s. 12 o'clock kids, here I am, texting them. Welcome. 12 hours
Welcome
later,
to
you were
the
here.
You guys
club.
still text each other happy birthday every year?
Every year.
That's crazy.
Never fails. We don't even talk.
Most of the year.
We don't talk at all. Like, if you read through my messages,
It's just happy birthday.
Yes.
Dude, I have same way with one of my friends. It's hilarious.
It's crazy, you know? It's just like, we don't.
Yeah, me too.
We don't, what the heck?
No,
You be
not
forgetting
anybody.
your best friend's birthday.
But you know
so.
what's? It's funny because I've known them for okay, I'm 30, so
Since you were
25
7, 8 years
years. Because we met when we were 5.
Yeah, you're old, dude.
It's crazy. Like, only one of them I talk to like
More.
more,
than
and the other one
other.
I'm just like, it's just
Hey.
happy birthdays.
Shout out Sparkling Golden Girl.
Oh God, why?
That's where it started.
It's just that's where it all
Anyways,
started.
happy
you know?
birthday, Jess. You know what I mean? God damn, you're getting old.
Ah, you're older.
You're already there, dog. I'm ancient. I get it. I'm ancient.
Yeah, you're old. Yeah.
For sure. We still got a son that's kind of, you know what I mean, in his low 20s with some issues. So just think,
How old is it? How old is
it's like 21, 22.
22?
Yeah, that's a
Going
little
on
guy.
23.
That's a little big guy right there.
It's a little
you
big guy,
know?
dude.
How old are you?
32,
How am I?
He's turning 30.
26.
You old.
Hell no.
You're turning 27. You're
Anyways.
27.
Moving on, guys. Let's go. We're running out of time here. Time is money. Well,
Time
not
is
on this
money.
show, at least.
That's right.
We're
Take
gonna
out
go
the
in.
trash,
We're gonna
boy.
move into an
You take
experience.
that trash out, boy. It's my ring went off. Gabe's taking the
Yeah,
trash
I
out.
know.
So-
Annoying.
We're gonna
I
move
could
in.
be getting killed by a serial
Lord.
killer, and you would rather just
I will
me turn
ignore
it
it
off.
because your apartment ring is the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
So is this one. You guys have
Nah,
people going in
dude,
and out all day. I don't know
We
what's
have
real.
900 Amazon deliveries every day.
Anyway, that's not
Anyways,
fun.
yeah, I
Moving
think
on.
it's time, my turn.
Yeah.
Right? Today's episode, we're going to get into my favorite part of the segment, better than the one that Ashley brings up.
They don't even
and it's
talk
called
about your segment, but okay.
Haunted Places.
Damn. That background laughter, bro.
Unfortunately, that was better than the experience that I had. So we'll start with that, guys.
Damn.
So, over the last week or so, I did celebrate a major milestone.
Brother, that's your ring.
Is that me?
Yeah, turn your ringer
Turn
off.
your ringer off.
My
dude.
bad.
Jesus Christ.
My wife and I celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Damn.
You're
10
old.
years of marriage. Okay, not together, marriage. So we took a trip down to San Diego, had a blast. You know, spent a shit. Why are you laughing?
Because I had a fucking moment right now, and I went on Instagram like, if I'm not doing
Oh.
anything. That's how you know you have an addiction. Sorry.
Yeah. So, anyways, we went down to San Diego, spent some time down in San Diego, downtown, Old Town, all that
10
crap.
years. That's more
10
scary
years, bro.
than the actual segment.
Oh, dude. So,
Let's try 33.
you know, we checked out a bunch of cool stuff. We got to see some stuff. We decided to take a tour. I'm not going to put the name of this tour on blast because, again, they're still a business, and this
Yeah.
is just my opinion, guys. Strictly just my opinion, okay? And again, it could be because I've done so much.
Yeah.
I've gone to so many spooky
I was
places.
about
I've
to say that,
You know,
yeah.
I've done a lot, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. You know, I really do. Even if I'm not scared, it's not about being scared. It's just being in the presence of history in
Yeah.
some form
Right.
that I really enjoy. Anyway, so we did take a tour in the Old Town area of San Diego. There's multiple there, guys, so I won't put it out there, but real cool little basic tour. You know, I was not too impressed by it, I guess, you know, because again, let me tell you, and this is where you're gonna be like, well, fool, you're fucking spoiled. Because I've already done the Whaley House tour down there multiple times, day, night, lights off,
Yeah.
all that crap. I've done that tour. They took us down to that cemetery, right? Pretty much the tour that I took us to one alternate location, which was a cemetery that no longer exists, okay? And the history behind it is they've turned it into a park. So you got to go through these mansions to get to this cemetery. Mansions, bro. We're in San Diego. You can see the ocean
Damn.
as we're getting to the top of the hill. And we get to this park, and she's like, all right, guys, go ahead and get off and meet me at the picnic tables. And in the distance, you see tombstones. You're like, what the? You're in the middle of a park. Kids playing, baseball going on, people running. Like, what is going on? So they finally give us a rundown of the history. Long story short, the whole park is littered with bodies.
Yeah.
Okay, that was ripped out in the early 30s by the city when they took over. Okay, they pretty much came in, ripped all the headstones out, and just put dirt. You know what I mean? It was dirt,
sad.
turned it into grass, and they figured why is there no monuments or you know, representation of it?
Yeah.
They don't have those gold
Simple.
things?
No, simple. They're multi-million-dollar mansions sitting up there. If they knew that there's a cemetery beneath their feet, nobody's gonna want to live there.
Right.
Simple. I was like, well, shit.
So they don't know that?
They do not know that, but there is a memorial in the center of that park, and the old headstones
Yeah.
that are off to the left from the 1800s, those are the ones that they were able to salvage that they found in a ditch about a mile up the road. So they salvaged what they could and re-cemented them in that corner.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a little memorial, but very interesting. So that was interesting. But then from there, we went straight down to the old cemetery by the Whaley House, which I've already done. Okay, from there, we went on foot down to the Whaley House and to go behind it. And that was it. So again, I was very like, shit, dude. I paid quite a bit of money for this tour.
Yeah.
You know, I did not experience any ghostly activity. You know, I didn't even feel any type of ghostly activity.
Yeah.
Not that I'm looking for it, but when you're paying for a certain product, right? You're like, okay, this is going to be pretty interesting. And of course, they don't tell you where they're going to take you prior to the tour. Pay
Right.
for it.
Yeah.
Because if they tell you, then you'll just go do it yourself.
Right.
You know, so
How long was this tour?
maybe an hour and a half. Maybe. The tour guide, the other thing I didn't like is their characters.
Okay.
So they're dressed up.
They play a part.
They play a part. They're from the early 1800s. They tell you how they died, and now they're ghosts giving you a tour on this. Da da da. I'm just like, and I'm sitting there like, come
they're
on,
acting
lady.
like a ghost.
Yes.
Oh, I guess it makes sense.
Yes, and you're sitting there like,
and you're like thinking.
and here's the
something
sad part.
else.
This
Hey,
whole
they're
time-
like, ooh,
Yes.
I'm the ghost.
The whole time I'm thinking like I'm an asshole because I think this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is dumb. And then I look back at the 18 other people on this tour with us, and we all look at each other and they're like, "This is stupid.
Oh shit.
This is stupid," and we got jacked. You
Like,
know?
everyone
But at
was
the
feeling
same
like
time, I
that.
respect the young lady that gave it to her. You know what I mean? Because she did her best. I think she did her best. You know, she gave a lot of knowledge on some of the history of the area.
Yeah.
But just the overall experience, you know, I was just like, man, this was not
Well, the fact that the other people thought it was kind of whack.
there, and there was a lot. 'Cause
And it
the-
was just like, you already
bro,
know
when
those
we
are
got to the
normal
first
people.
location, they were like, man, you just want to split?
Damn.
I was like, nah, fool, that's too far of a walk. At least wait till you get back. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was that bad.
Yeah.
It was that bad. You
Because I was
know?
gonna say we're more
Actually-
like immune to that kind of not immune, but we're always talking about it. We're always watching.
We're
something.
always doing
We've
something that
literally been
involves
to Zach
it.
Bang and
I was
museum
just
more
about
than
to say,
once.
there's like nothing that tops that. You
If
know,
we
when
ain't
you're-
nothing's hear me now, dog.
Actually, you went to more than one haunted place.
Me?
Because I'm about 900% sure that other place you went has haunted stuff too.
Where at?
Well, let's just say, you know,
Oh, the Midway?
yes, sir.
Well, I was going to get to that, but thanks for cutting me off. So we
problem.
did the tour.
Hurry it up.
We did
I
the
do.
tour. I'm sorry. I'm running out of time. Shit. Hold on, 5 more minutes. We did the tour. It was not very enjoyable, but we did it. We could say we did it. And this was something we were considering for the podcast or for the vlog style, but it's quickly got scratched off because we're not doing
He
that.
Yeah.
texted. Never mind.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
doing that.
he
We're not
texted a
doing-
picture of what he was doing, and then like the hour, whatever it was later, he said, "Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
we're not
we ain't doing that,
this."
guys. Get that shit out your head.
Yeah.
So I was more. We did. I took a tour of the Midway, the U.S.
Hold on.
That's a good.
Andy said we didn't get that text.
Oh well. he
Oh,
didn't
sorry,
text
guys.
you, yeah. Anyways.
Wrong group
Sorry,
chat,
guys.
dog.
Wrong group chat.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's the
So-
cool kids right here. Cool kids
So
only.
we then took a tour of the USS Midway, which is prior to this.
Okay.
And for anybody that doesn't know, I'm like a big guy. I love planes.
You're
I
a
love.
big guy. Yes, they know.
I love. I love shit like that. Okay.
You're weird.
I had, my grandfather was in the military for a long time, Air Force, over 20 years. None of us served, so we're losers. But anyway, we
Okay,
did get to go check out
relax.
the USS Midway, which sits inside of the bay there at San Diego.
Yes.
I was 10 times more scared there than on that ghost tour. The eerie feeling that you got being underneath that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, they take you to the brig, the cafeteria, the bunks they slept in, the engine rooms, the everything you can think of.
Yeah.
And when you're down there in the brig, where the brig is a jail, and you're down there where their bunks are in the very corner of the ship, or where a fire broke out and people lost their lives, People died on that ship. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's been to war. It was retired in 92, April of 92, which was a long time ago, but it did get to go to Vietnam, and the last war it served was a Desert Storm in 91.
Dang.
So here's another cool thing was, and this is where I feel like spirits are going to hang around. How many people didn't make it back, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff that was on their boards, because it has like the movies, it's clear glass and they write on the clear glass. They use grease pens, that's what they called them. They didn't have dry erase markers yet. So they used the grease pens, and everything on the board was from the last war, which had served in Desert Storm.
Yeah.
Lives lost. There was a list
Dang.
of people that didn't come back to the show. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm tripping. So anyways, being on that tour, I could go on that tour, but long story short, there were some places on that boat, and there used to be, because I did my research on it, they used to offer a ghost tour in the dark around the Halloween time on that ship.
But it's not guided. That's why either. Right?
No, not this one. Sorta. Not. You don't have a guy taking you, but you just follow the chain path.
Right.
Because you can get lost in that ship like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did used to offer a ghost tour or like a night tour with lights and stuff. I would just flip out, dude. I
Yeah.
would flip out because again,
I
just
think
being
it's-
down there.
Yeah, it's like you said though. It's more has to do with people like they lost their life in war, but when you're a spirit, you don't know if to try to get back on the ship to come
Right.
home. They
Right.
lost their life far from home.
Right.
Who knows if they're trying to get back to their family still? If they're still stuck there.
Well, not only that,
And this
like,
is the crazy. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, in the military, when you're in war and you're trusting your fellow, shipmate or whatever, and you're putting your life in their hands, if you die, you're trying to follow your brothers back to the ship,
Right.
So that's another reason that There would be a strong.
I'm telling
attachment
you, and I would recommend the tour to anybody.
Yeah.
Not even if you're not into military things, but because there was times where you were by yourself and you'd climb down 6 flights of stairs, and you're in this corner, and you're like, you hear that? You know what I mean?
She said
You freak out, bro.
That's what he said. He said there's no windows.
There's no windows.
it's
There's no nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and you're in the middle of this
under
huge
the-
steel box. And mind you, you're stepping over door frames to get to the next room.
Yes.
Oh, bro, it was nuts. You
I don't know
know
if I'll make it. I
that
couldn't even do Finding
feeling,
Nemo.
I'm
the
telling you,
submarine
that
ride.
feeling, the infirmary,
You're kind of right in the corner, like, ooh,
the
something's gonna pop.
showers.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, you know, I was much more afraid there, and I'm not gonna say afraid, but eerie feeling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Titanic exhibit, where you
Yes.
see the names of life's lost and the little items they have.
And,
Yeah.
and you know, and again, because they had everything there still, as if the ship was still. It's a museum now, right?
Right.
So the bunks are still there that they slept on. Some of the uniforms of the officers that were there that served, you know,
That they
in
left.
the military, that they donated,
Yeah.
right? And they put them behind glass and all that. But helmets, boots, flight suits, the chairs they used to sit in, patches, all this stuff.
You know what's funny though? Even if it's not something spooky, even looking at artifacts from back then
Yeah.
freaks me out for some reason.
There, it felt, you can feel it.
Yeah.
There's still people there.
Artifacts from way back in the 90s.
You know, no. Well, it started in like 49 or something like that. You know?
No, I'm saying like, we
Yeah.
went to the museum, the one in San Bernardino.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
like seeing stuff from like whatever, it just makes you feel eerie. Like
It makes
no
you feel
Wi-Fi? I'm
like,
just kidding.
damn, that was that long ago. Like,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
my
Long story
childhood.
short, though, getting into like the whole spiritual thing, it's crazy when you think about it because it's like, okay, these spirits, are they stuck on this boat?
Yes,
You know what I mean? Do they?
they're attached to it.
they're not
They're
rested
restless.
souls, like
Yeah.
their bodies, who knows where they ended up.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to even think that, but that's the case there.
Yeah.
Whether they were lost at sea, whether they were lost on the ship, where they were buried at sea, who knows?
off the
because
ship.
they bury people at sea.
Yeah.
It's a naval thing to do. And so it was just eerie as hell. But that's gonna wrap up my thing, guys. If you do go to San Diego, be careful which ghost tour you take. Enjoy it, and just know there is a few out there that's kind of like, I don't know about that. But there is. Don't get me wrong. Old Town is full of great old history. The Whaley House is known to be one of the most haunted houses in Southern California. Definitely check that out.
Yes.
Good job. That was actually not boring.
Wow. Eat
My
shit.
hero.
Eat shit.
Well, moving on to the next
Moving on.
segment.
We're running out of time.
The most popular segment.
The most
to
boring
ever grace
segment of the
talking.
night.
Wicked
Let
After
her
Dark.
do
Moving
it.
on to Killer's Corner. Eight. Just kidding.
Why that sounded like it started in the middle.
Why? Yeah, Loki, you played me on that. Anyway, give me the proper introduction next time. Mine is gonna be a little rough, guys. I didn't do any research till I guess we decided to do some Killer's Corner
Those are the
today.
best,
Today's killer. I hope we haven't done it. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure we haven't.
We have not.
But today's gonna be on H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes. Isn't that like a direct?
I forget we don't do applause for that. I was okay, like, what the fuck? Like, where's the? Yeah, don't
Yeah,
do that.
we don't
Good
applaud
thing.
serial
Good thing.
killer.
We need to figure
Yeah, we're
something
not
out. though.
applauding a guy that killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. So H.H. Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
There's a documentary on him. I'm sure that's why I remembered the man, but he's more known as like the guy with the murder castle. But let's go
Guy
back.
with the murder castle.
That's what he was known for, Jessica. Anyway,
to me,
Herman, go ahead.
To me, these are the most interesting ones you do because there's no cameras. There's no, like
Oh,
today,
so
the
long ago,
technology
yeah.
was in the 1860s, so.
It could all be a lie. We wouldn't even know.
No, this is documented in the newspapers and things like that, so.
Yeah, so
Pretty interesting.
H.H. Holmes, born Herman Webster Mudgett. What a name.
That's crazy.
So he was born in 1861. He was an American con artist, serial killer, active between 1891 and 1894. By the time of his execution in 1896, Holmes had engaged in a lengthy criminal career that included insurance fraud. He was a bad guy.
Hold on. He was born in 1861
Yep.
and executed in 91? Or 90 what?
1896.
He was active. He was this active serial killer between 1891 and 1894.
He was born in 1861.
Yes, 1861.
So you didn't even make it to see 1900?
No.
38 whole years old when they put him down.
Shit.
He was best known as the Beast of Chicago, the Devil in the White City, torture
Dang.
doctor. And his
Dang.
most notorious crimes took place in Chicago around the time of World Columbian Expositions in 1893. Interesting. He was actually executed by hanging.
Nice.
Dang.
Dope. Didn't mess around back then.
Yeah, back then. Now they gonna hang you.
It said.
Yeah. So the most popular thing about him was that they called him the Murder Castle. So he supposedly, it's some articles say that this is all factual. Some say it's just very. They made it sound crazier than what it is.
Hollywood
So
version.
supposedly his murder castle consisted of a 3-story level, basically death trap. So he had traps, like he would throw them in there, and it could be a gas. He had a gas chamber supposedly. He had a where he burns their body.
Dang.
Damn.
He was like he was just crazy.
Was this the first Saw? Was this the first?
A lot
you know
of
what I mean?
books and movies were based
Based
off
off
of
of
him.
him?
He had over 200, killings supposedly
Dang.
too.
Damn.
Again, this is all hearsay.
Alleged.
Alleged. But he had a very
Well,
high
something
body
that's
count.
happened over 100 and
Oh, of course, he
something.
went with I was possessed by Satan.
Oh, yeah.
course.
Okay.
well, what if he was?
Who's
guess
to
we'll
say?
never
Well,
know.
I think he needs to be if you're doing that kind of stuff.
Right, because you're just crazy.
I think this part right here that I just read was pretty interesting. Supposedly, he requires employees to carry life insurance policies and name him as the beneficiary.
What the?
So then he would kill them and collect the money.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Here's a better little understanding on the murder castle was a hotel he designed and built with secret passages, trapdoors, soundproof rooms, and a crematorium in the basement to dispose of the bodies.
Anyone messing around?
Yeah.
Where was this at?
Chicago.
Is this place still standing?
No way.
I highly doubt it. I even asked Chat GPT if it was real. Like, is it real? And it says, yeah, the murder castle was real, although some of the more sensational stories were exaggerated. The building itself existed. So I don't think it exists anymore. And was definitely used for his crimes.
Shit.
So, yeah, over 200
That's
deaths he's
insane,
carried
bro.
out. He basically liked to torture them. His favorite...
Sounds like a torture chamber house.
Basically, so his favorite
Hotel.
method was to choke them
It's
out,
like
though.
it's
with
like
chloroform.
American Horror Story. Mm-hmm. The hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was also one of the first documented serial killers in modern sense, known for his murder castle. So it was in Chicago during 1893.
Damn.
Why is it? I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound dumb. 1893 World's Fair.
Right.
Explain. I didn't pay attention.
What about it?
What are you asking?
Do you have a question?
Like, why is it saying like during the in 1893?
Because that brought
World's
people
Fair?
to the area. The 1893 World Fair brought people to the area.
Okay. Well, 200 people he was able to kill. He finally got caught. Holmes was hanged May 7th of 1896 at the...
Tonight.
In Philadelphia.
Tonight.
It is.
Oh, you better not even come to my
That's
nightmares, brother.
crazy.
That's a trip.
So he was hung at the... I can't even say this word. The Mayo Mensing prison in Philadelphia. He remained calm when they hung him because his neck didn't break right away, so it took a while for him to die.
They had to strangle him. Strangulation, basically.
Yeah, so it took him a while to die because his neck didn't break.
Well, be good. That's what he deserved.
Yeah.
But yeah, of
kill
course he
200
went with
people.
Satan made me do it.
Okay, well, go be with him.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
on the exact night, May 7th.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Of course, his prior life too. He had mom and dad. Dad was a drunk, abusive, beat his ass.
You know, it's a common thread. In all of
Common
this.
thread. He was very smart. Was in honors. I guess he was very severely bullied for being smart to the point where kids in class took like a cadaver and put it in his face and kind of like, you know, freaked him out with it. But that actually sparked his interest in cadavers and kind of made him get over his fear. So he started like killing animals and getting their, you know, remains. And
Very interesting.
What
though.
year
I
did he
think-
die?
he
1896.
Yeah. So you never saw the 19s.
129 years ago.
But it's a trip. You know what I mean? Like I said, whenever we talk about these old school murders, that you got to put yourself in that time frame of
Yeah.
what's going on. There's no cars. There's it's
Yeah,
horse
yeah.
and buggy.
No, what trips me out
News
about
travels
those time
slowly.
frames is more of the panic and fear that sets into the city he's at.
Sure.
Because again, all it is word of mouth and maybe a paper here and there.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure now there's curfews been in place.
Well, I guess his number one victim pool was so what he basically did was he built his hotel to lure tourists who were visiting, and he would kill them and sell their skeletons to nearby medical schools.
Holy crap.
And the medical schools weren't asking where he was getting these things.
Well, back in the 1800s, who knows? They don't have a system, computer system.
Trippy, dude.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he had a whole hotel built and designed for this specific reason is insane.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Saw. You know, it's the first Saw or first serial killer to even replicate something to that effect, and to have alleged again over 200 bodies. That's a lot of fucking people, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that movie Hostel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hostel or that other hotel movie with Kane, See No Evil. So there's a couple good movies like that, but damn, that's insane, bro.
yeah.
Again,
Trip.
late 1800s, the panic that had to have set in that small city of Chicago must have been real, bro.
Here it is. His hotel was gutted by a fire started by an unknown arsonist shortly after his arrest.
Family member of a victim, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, great Killer's Corner.
That was good, yeah. Very
Short and
informative.
sweet.
Short and sweet and scary.
Scary.
Next time I'll definitely do more research, guys. This was kind of on a whim.
I think that was enough. I got enough information. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, crazy ass fool. That's what it sounds
Yeah.
like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had a whole plan.
That's crazy.
Obviously had some pockets too to build a hotel like that.
He actually had a separate building too, where he supposedly did glass work in it.
Good lord.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Well, moving on.
Movie review time.
Movie review, guys. We saw a movie.
we
believe it or
actually
not.
did see
We
movie
saw
3 weeks
a
ago, but we
movie.
saw it.
We saw a movie, and it was indeed the movie that everybody's been
The
talking
number
about.
one movie in the
because-
Raving
world.
about.
Because this chick is in it. Is
Now-
Sinners.
Yeah, Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. And
Damn, Andy, where was my fucking something? Sorry, guys,
He's
he's,
already-
on the phone, you know. He's,
He's
like, we're
clocked
an hour
out.
in,
He's
dude.
clocked out. He's waiting for you to turn that
Come
camera
on,
on.
man. He's
Yeah.
yeah, we're an hour in.
He said audio works.
Shit. Anyways,
So
we do
it's
that again. I
Sinners.
expect you to hit that. Over the weekend, we watched the movie, and it was Sinners. Thank you.
All right.
Someone
All
fuck
right.
him up.
That's an asshole. See
That's
that?
his ass.
You see?
Asshole.
That proved your point.
Yeah.
That proves my point. That's
There
an
you go.
asshole right there.
Anyways,
yeah.
Sinners. Sinners. I have a lot to say about that film.
Start with Jessica.
You know, we'll start with Jess because, you know, Jess is
Jessica
gonna
has a
have that
different,
biased opinion because she's in love with Haley.
No.
She's
no.
very.
Everybody
I'm a
keep that in
movie-
mind.
connoisseur.
Everybody keep
And
that in
Ashley
mind.
and
Jessica
Anthony are
thinks she
different.
went to school for film. Go ahead.
I
Jess.
did not. I don't think
She
that.
thought
they
Wicked was
just-
good.
Wicked was good. What the hell?
I never seen it. Go
I
ahead.
heard it was wicked.
Yeah, that's funny. No, they're just not as open. They're not smart when it comes to movies.
Oh,
No offense,
hell
y'all. Y'all just
no.
don't get a
Get
lot
the
of the
fuck up.
things.
Y'all just dumb.
Tie your hair up.
You know, they don't get concepts as quickly.
What's the concept? What was the concept?
Like they
Let's talk
just,
about
you
it. What
know,
was the
they're just
concept?
like, Ashley, first. She was just like, it's like two movies in one.
So we're gonna start with my opinion then. All right.
No, I'm
no.
just-
My opinion was this. You already put my opinion out there, so I'm gonna talk about it.
All right, talk about it then.
Great movie. Yes. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed
Yes.
it. It was a great film, but it literally felt like I was watching two separate plots at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we got about halfway through the movie, and I'm just like, they gonna fit vampires in here? How?
Yeah.
How? You know, I was more entertained and I was more intrigued with their story. You know, their robber story background and what happened to them to make them the way they are. I was hoping to get into that, but I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen a vampire.
Right.
You know, so the vampire aspect of it, I liked it. I enjoyed it, but it felt like very two separate films in one.
Right.
That they try to bring together.
Right.
Again, I never seen. I don't put myself out there. Dusk Till Dawn. Never seen it.
Great
People-
movie.
People say it gave them that vibe. I wouldn't know. Never seen it, but I still enjoyed the film. I just didn't like that. I was more. I wanted to know more about them. I didn't really care for the
Yeah.
vampires. You know,
Yeah.
and that's my opinion.
Interesting.
Go ahead, Jess.
Dope.
Yep.
I really liked the movie. Okay, the setting is what
Back
would you,
in the day.
1800s,
Early 1800s.
early 1800s on plantations. You know, they're not slaves. Don't get that mess up. They're still, you know,
Working.
working for themselves, obviously. But they're still like, it's back when it's colored. You know,
Racist.
racist. The KKK was very alive, you know. I understand where Ashley's coming from. Yes, the vampires come later on. I really wish they came out with more backstory when it came to like the Native Americans that were there. But like
See, that was a different plot.
yeah, that's
too.
a whole different
So
plot.
really, it's like three.
Three
Okay,
plots.
and then I just seen like something that supposedly they want to make more movies, but we don't. That's not confirmed. It was just like a.
All those videos
a
you sent me
theory.
to, by the way, on TikTok, people trying to explain it to you. I'm just like, I don't want to watch it. Your explanation,
gotta
you making
remember,
shit up.
people-
You're making
yes,
shit up
yes,
at that point.
yeah,
You're
100%.
assuming, brother.
It's their opinion on what
Right.
Yes,
they
it's their
thought. You know,
opinion, yeah.
really, you have to watch a director's cut and what,
Yeah.
and he can tell you exactly, and it'll come out eventually.
Yeah.
You know,
He can tell you exactly what his thoughts
and then
were.
it's gonna be like, oh,
To
yeah,
the
it's
point
just like,
where you know they had a little bit of voodoo going on, you know, with
Little bit.
a little bit of witchcraft,
yeah.
and then
A
they
little
had
bit.
the vampires. When the vampires did come around, I did enjoy the story. I did enjoy the way they looked.
Yes,
and
I
the
was just
whole-
about to say that.
you
They
know,
looked great.
They looked good. I think the actors themselves did really well.
Oh,
like none of the
100%.
actors, you're like, oh my god, like this guy I can't stand. They're all super good actors in my opinion. So it was a great movie to watch. I just thought that the storylines were kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on here?
No, I get your opinion. I understand it. I thought Michael B. Jordan did really good of playing.
I honestly think it's Oscar nominated for him.
Yeah, like
That's
it's
for
crazy
best
how
actor.
they made them seem like two completely different actors, or how he
I
made
mean,
it
he
seem.
had two baby mamas on there. Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it made it seem like if he cloned himself and he was talking to himself, and it didn't look weird. It didn't look CGI'd. It looked great.
Yeah,
It
I
looked
mean,
like
he looks great and everything. So
yeah.
it was just like I enjoyed it. I really did like it. I would watch it again 100%.
I would too.
I felt like I missed a lot of stuff. It wasn't really scary. Let me start that off. It is
No,
it
it's
is
not scary at all.
categorized as horror.
No.
I got scared twice, and one was a snake. So
Right, exactly. But I think my opinion doesn't sound as stupid as you made it to seem. Thank you. Anyway. But they're crazy. I mean, the twins in the movie, I can't remember Smoke and
Stack.
they were crazy.
I
They were
liked it.
down.
I
They were
liked-
down. I like the ending too.
I was gonna say I love the ending. Like,
I guess that guy's an actual jazz singer.
yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was actual.
the actual old dude.
I mean, the comedy in it was funny. The small parts it had.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's just my opinion.
I give it a. After you do your opinion first, we'll rate it after.
Shit, dude. The thing with this film, and I'm gonna go back to when we watched the werewolf, or what was it called?
Wolfman.
Wolfman. I'm sorry. When we saw the reviews for that and what people were saying, it was obviously paid.
Yeah.
People putting this out.
Yeah.
So kind of the people and the feeling I was getting, because I didn't even watch a preview.
You didn't. You went in blind.
Everybody loves this chick all of a sudden, which is Haley
Haley
Steinfeld.
I love
and
her.
everybody
I love
loves
her.
Michael B. Jordan right now, right? So regardless, the film could have sucked,
People are
and
still
people are gonna be
watch
like, it was the shit.
Right.
But
You know
the
what I'm
film
saying?
didn't suck, which
So
made it 10
that's
times
the
better.
opinion I already had, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think I like Haley Steinfeld. I like Michael B. Jordan. I think they're great actors. But Michael B. Jordan had a whole crazy approach to this film.
Yeah.
And I say Oscar nominated because, dude, two roles,
Two
completely
completely
different individuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way he portrayed both of them, next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She did pretty good as well, but her role wasn't as big
Yeah,
as
a
I
lot
thought
of,
it was
a
going
lot
to
of
be.
people were making it seem like she had this huge role.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she had an
Yeah.
important role, but she never came out
Very
and
short
said like,
period of
yeah,
her,
she never
though.
came out and said, "Oh, I'm the
Right.
star." It was never
Right.
like that. It was mainly about the twins Michael
Right.
B. Jordan played.
So initially, like Ashley
And
said,
Preacher's Boy.
the
Yeah.
whole beginning, probably 45 minutes of the movie,
Little
because I
Sammy.
think that movie was, what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it was
know,
almost like 2 hours.
The first hour of the film, I'm like, okay, dude, where in this film are they gonna plug in vampires? You know what I mean? I'm like, we're gonna get there one day. Which these guys came back from
Yeah.
Chicago. They're in some shit. They want to open their own spot. They work for Al Capone. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, they did bring
thug
that up. That
shit,
was
you know what I
cool,
mean? I'm like,
yeah.
all right, cool, hell
They
yeah.
went to war.
Yeah, they went
So
to war.
automatically, you want more of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, they could have driven on that for
100%.
days.
They
You
could have
know.
made a whole separate movie.
Here's where I had the issue. The merger was off to me.
I don't think it was.
You know what I
off.
mean? Because it went from we have this great storyline already, okay, of their lives, on what they've done, and pretty much they ripped off the fucking mob boss. You know what I'm saying?
Two.
To be able to have their, you know,
The
not
Italians
their,
and the-
Italian beer. Was it Italian or?
No, it was.
The Italian where they got the money and the
Ir-
beer and the Irish beer.
Irish beer and
You
the
know.
Italian mob. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of attached it there a little bit, all right, with the vampires.
No.
But
Do you not know where they attached it?
no, not well with the music,
No.
right?
No.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain this to you real quick. What? Okay, the guy that's the vampire, right? He turns them into a vampire.
Yeah.
Right? He knew about that place because the guy the first guy he turned, that's his uncle that sold him the
Right.
twins the place, and they were
Right.
gonna go in the morning and kill them
Right.
and kill all the black people. Right. That's how they came in because after he turned him into a vampire, he got all of his memories because he's the main vampire. So now he already knew what the plan was. So he was gonna go there and turn all of them into vampires, so they could all just.
Right. Okay, but you see,
That's how they plugged it in.
but
That's how he knew
we just
about
went
that.
vampire mode like that. You know, there was no
Kind of.
There's no like historical
There's
like.
no like huge backstory where we missed. Yes.
Okay, like Dusk Till Dawn, for example.
Yeah.
That was easy, bro.
Yeah.
They built this pyramid on top of an ancient like
They built a bar on top of a
a
pyramid.
catacomb type shit where
Right.
they're breeding and shit. You know what I mean? Simple.
Yeah, yeah.
In this film, it was literally like great film, vampires. And now, and
Who
this
likes
is
to
where they
sing outside? They're
no.
No.
doing an Irish jig out there.
Yeah.
But what was even better and what saved the film for me, okay, was the vampires wasn't shitty like the Wolfman.
Yeah,
okay?
they were
the
great.
vampires looked good. They weren't overdone. Their eyes glowed. You know, their fangs looked great.
Yeah.
There wasn't over. With
It wasn't like
They
crazy.
even went back to the.
It
You
was
can't, they
almost-
can't get in unless you invite them in.
They even did that, yeah.
Garlic,
The
still
garlic,
killed them.
yeah.
Holy water still killed. I was just
Stake
like,
through the
dude,
heart.
wooden stake through the heart, silver. You know, I was like, okay, dude, this is kind of like a classic vampire
yeah.
feel.
I like that they did.
It
that
was
he
a
did that,
classic.
yeah.
So I fell in love with the vampires quick because it was like, shit, you can kill that guy. Stake through the heart. Eat garlic. You know, holy water.
Throw holy water in him to make him
silver.
weaker. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Their strength, their speed.
Yeah.
You know, the sun kills them. So they nailed that perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Talking about
Perfect.
garlic, I actually brought 3 garlic cloves up here.
Did you?
Shut
I hope
up.
you didn't.
We're gonna try it.
No.
It's part of the film, part of the vibe.
Nah.
So
Wow.
I feel like it was a different film. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was a completely different film. Was I a fan of the way they did it? Absolutely
yeah,
not.
yeah, I know
Absolutely
you
not.
weren't.
But it is an entertaining movie.
It was a
I
good
would
movie,
watch it
yes.
again. It was not a bad
I
movie.
honestly, yeah, I agree with your
Rating.
opinion. I get it. I see where you're saying. They have a whole movie just on the Native American background of
Right.
dealing with the vampires because they already knew
Because they
what
had like
he
a
was.
hunting group
Yeah.
of Native Americans. Like, you need to give it. No, okay.
And they seen the sun going, and they were like, "We gotta go.
Yeah.
we gotta go."
So
See,
there-
that's like another movie right there.
That's
and
a
he
whole
told
nother
them, he was like,
storyline.
"Good luck."
Maybe that's the reason they did it this way.
oh, they left it open, bro.
Yeah.
They
he
left it
wanted.
open.
He for sure left himself open
But
to
Michael
multiple
B.
movies.
Jordan's alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, not to spoil the film, my
Whoa,
bad.
bro, you just
Damn,
ruined
huge
it.
spoiler,
You know.
dude.
So the point
He's
is,
on to the next
it's open.
movie.
It's open, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but not a bad movie though. I couldn't sit here and say no, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, give it a rating.
No, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
7 out of 10 on my end.
I was gonna say 8.5. I
Wow,
really
okay.
enjoyed it.
Okay, 8.5. Ash.
I'm gonna have to say a 7 as well. I thought it was more funny than anything.
No.
I love the twins. They're hilarious. Like,
No, yeah,
you know.
7 out of 10. Very enjoyable. You're in it the whole time. A little slow to start off, but you
a little
know,
bit.
but
I really enjoyed like a lot of the characters though, like
Yes.
little Sammy.
I felt, you know what? I felt like each character they introduced was very much in the movie.
was very much important
Key
Like
part.
to
you
what
can
they were.
remember,
They're
you can
key
remember
factors.
the Asians that ran the grocery store.
They were really
You
important.
know what I'm
if you
saying?
think about
The
it, yeah.
jazz player,
And it's
the
all
dad.
her fault that they got in that bar.
Yeah, it's all her. You know what's funny? I watched a TikTok and it was a Asian American, and then she was just like, first of all, I just want to apologize for what she did because she played them, y'all. She played them.
I mean, they were trying to use their daughter.
What did she
against
say?
her.
Yeah.
Like, come and get him, motherfucker.
she was
Yeah,
like, come on in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, they played a huge role. Like, if you notice, they had 2 stores
Yeah.
Yep.
because one store was for the white people and the other store was for the colored people.
Yeah.
And I guess back in the day,
That's how it was.
the Asian community was the only one that was just like, yep, here, we're going to serve you guys because
Neutral.
we're technically, we don't belong to white people either, you know?
Right.
They're just more comfortable around us, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy.
No, like I said, yeah, not a bad film. though,
Overall,
man.
I enjoyed it. We all pretty much. I feel like we all pretty much enjoyed it.
You know what's funny is we had to sit there that night and kind of digest it down a little bit more because right at the end of the film I was like, "Fuck, did I hate this?" I was
Nah,
sitting there
I
already
wouldn't
like, "Dude, I fucking wasted my free ticket." Dog. You know what I mean?
And then there's just I thought it was great. Oh, here we
Well,
go.
it's because I automatically got it, and these two have to digest a little bit.
She's
You know,
calling this dumb again.
I'm not calling you
bro.
dumb.
Suck her out.
You're just a little slower.
Oh, that shoulder's
When it
gonna
comes-
hit you gnarly tomorrow.
Anyways,
Time to
yeah,
process.
not a bad film.
Time
man.
to process it. Yeah, you guys like. Oh, okay, maybe I did like this.
Yeah.
You're not that smart, Jessica.
I'm not
I just wanna
saying I'm
say that.
smart. I'm
just
just
wanna
saying
put
I
that out there.
enjoyed
You're
it
not
more
that
than
fucking
you.
smart. Anyway, don't touch me.
Well, before we leave,
That it?
no,
Oh.
we're gonna play a
little
game.
Oh shit. Damn. That bass is hitting.
Damn.
And
Get
welcome
down,
back.
get down. Welcome back.
Tune in next week, pay per view for me and Jessica getting in the boxing ring so I'll knock her ass out.
Damn.
Damn.
All right, let me explain this game to you. So, this game is. I'm gonna change it from what I told you
Pass.
earlier.
Oh, geez, he's already changing it.
So I'm gonna start with Jess and go this way. You're gonna get one, then
One.
then Ash, then
Okay, okay.
Well, she's
Anthony,
gonna
and
win
then
'cause
back.
she's smart.
No, we're not
We're gonna
raising
go
our
like
hands.
that, okay?
Now
He's gonna
we
ask
really
me a
Duh.
question.
Now we're gonna have to fucking try hard.
Listen. The category is famous actors that have been in horror movies. So I'm gonna give you the
suck at
name
that.
and give me a horror movie they were in.
Dude, I
Oh,
suck at
okay.
names. But
Okay.
okay.
Are you ready?
ready.
No,
Okay, but he's gonna ask me the question. Give me a person. I have to answer it.
Right, and then Ashley, then
And then
Anthony,
he's gonna ask
and
Ashley
then back
the
to Jess.
question. But we can't just jump in and say
Gotcha.
it. Got it? All right.
Gotcha.
So,
I have to explain
ready?
the rules
It's
to
like a
Anthony.
There we
chain.
go. I guess he's telling you no.
Man.
Dude, because I already know he's gonna just start saying random crap.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tune in next
Go.
week for real.
Jessica,
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth
In a
Damn,
horror movie?
Horror
in
movie?
a horror movie.
Cabin in the Woods. No, Cabin
Yes,
Fever. Or
you had
Cabin
it
in the
right
Woods.
first time.
Half
That's
point,
right.
half
That
point.
was a dumbass movie, bro.
Thank God I didn't get that one because I would have been off. I lost.
That
She's
movie's
like Thor.
weird. I
Avengers.
saw it in theaters, bro.
Me too. That's
That
how
was
old you are.
horrible.
Ashley,
Oh, here we go.
Ryan Reynolds,
Oh, Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Deadpool.
That's not a horror
No,
movie.
no. What's the one that he did? That
What
was
horror
terrible.
was he in? His wife. Ah, I
Damn.
can't stand her.
Don't be talking shit on
I
Blake
can't
Lively. I'll
stand
sock
Blake
you over
Lively.
it.
I'm not
Anthony.
Green
Hey,
Lantern.
hey, don't get off on a tangent. We're
Sorry.
playing a
Sorry,
game
sorry,
here.
sorry.
That was a good joke.
Jessica Biel.
Who?
Jessica Biel. Dude, that's Timberlake's wife.
I think you need to hold up pictures of these people.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's
She's
correct.
the one with the
Good
blue
job.
eyes.
She's the one with the hard nipples.
Oh, she's ugly to me.
Dude, he even said, all right.
She's a little ugly to me. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not
Jess.
ugly to me.
Justin Timberlake's wife. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Jared Leto.
Jared
Damn,
Leto in a
that-
horror movie?
You might not know this
Yeah.
movie.
You better not even think of like Suicide Squad. That's
It's
not a horror movie.
It's a
Ash.
1998
That's it.
movie. So it's kinda old.
1998?
I'm
That's
gonna
as old
fuck
as
Very
you.
young.
up. What?
1998. That's as old as you.
Was it? Sorry, just added. Wasn't he in the new Frankenstein that came out?
I don't know.
That wasn't him.
No.
No?
Hold on. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm telling Ashley no.
Eh.
1998?
It's not a popular movie.
Oh,
It's called Urban Legend.
I was never going to get
All
that.
right,
What the
that's
hell
I
is
figured.
that?
So let me give you another one. Patricia Arquette.
Who the hell is that?
David Arquette's
Who's-
sister.
Is that freaking the sheriff from Scream? Is that him?
Yeah.
His sister? Can I see a picture? Pull it up.
It's kind of going to give it away, though.
Well, I don't know names. Okay.
you lost. You're dumb. Next.
All
Who
right.
is that then?
She was in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Was she the one in the?
Megan Fox.
That one
Jennifer's
was
body.
Yep. Ashley. Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, that Leprechaun movie.
Yeah,
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Yeah,
Leprechaun.
yeah, that's a good movie.
Why are you giving them people we know? And he told me
Ah,
some lady that I have no idea who the hell that is.
Don't act. She's hitting me.
I'm trying to think if you guys know these people. Renee Zellweger.
Oh no.
That's for Anthony.
Who the hell is
Not a chance.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Another Texas Chainsaw Massacre one.
Matthew McConaughey.
Ooh.
In a horror movie.
1997.
Is that not the guy that says all right,
no,
all
Yeah,
right?
that's
Is that
him.
him?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
He wasn't in.
Magic Mike.
That is a horror movie.
Literally.
He wasn't in that vampire film with Brad
No,
Pitt, right?
no.
Okay, no.
Also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
What?
Next Generation.
Matthew McConaughey was in that?
What's that?
Is that the guy in Tremors? Is that Kevin
No,
Bacon?
Interstellar.
that's Kevin Bacon.
All
Interstellar.
right.
Uh-huh.
Here you go,
That's
Anthony.
Matthew.
Here's
No, I
one.
know who he
Here's
is.
one
Sorry,
that
they
you
look
know
similar.
for sure. Johnny Depp.
Ooh.
Very first
Nightmare
movie.
on
Pirates of
Elm
the
Street.
Caribbean.
He had
That's
the
a
best
great
kill
movie.
scene of all of them.
Damn, he did had a gnarly scene.
He was in Sleepy Hollow though. Another great
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
movie. Man in the Iron Mask.
No,
That's not a horror movie.
That was scared
Is
me.
He was a kid.
Shawshank?
He was a kid.
No, Shawshank. What the heck?
No.
What's that island called? Shutter
Shutter?
Island.
Shutter
Shutter
Island.
Island.
I guess we can go with that one.
Is that a horror movie?
Sci-fi, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
He was also in something called Critters 3.
I don't know what that
He
is.
was a kid though.
Those are like those
The little
ugly
ones,
little,
yeah.
yeah.
Mila Kunis.
She was in a horror movie? Mm-hmm. It's going to be that one of those. I
know.
Nah.
Oh, okay, I won't tell you.
Phone a friend.
It was like one of those I know what you did last summer
No.
type shit. No, it wasn't that. No, I know.
Early 90s, late 90s?
2002.
2002.
American Psycho.
Yep. American
you.
Psycho.
Part 2.
I remember
she's
watching
the psycho.
that. That shit kind of sucked.
You were like, what is this?
She was still in it though.
Oh, that's.
Hilary Swank.
Are you giving that to Ashley or Anthony?
That should be Anthony.
Oh, they me?
Hillary
Ah,
Swank.
she's cheating.
No, I'm looking up a picture.
What's she look like?
Oh,
Let me see.
it's the.
Oh! She was
Okay,
in...
turn my phone.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
No.
No. Is that her though?
I don't even know if
No.
this movie qualifies
Million
as
Dollar Baby.
horror.
That's
Huh?
not a horror movie, but...
She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Fuck.
Whack.
Damn, she was?
Hocus Pocus is more qualified than that.
She wasn't in that.
That's not her, fool.
You said she was. Stupid.
No.
I didn't say
See,
that.
some of these movies are too old for you guys. Like this one, Julia Roberts was in a horror movie
Damn.
with Kevin Bacon.
Tremors.
No,
Oh,
it was called Flatliners.
I was just about
yeah.
to say that.
That's the new one Nina Dobrev was in.
Jack Black.
Yeah, Dobrev was in a
Jack
Flatliners?
Black. Jack Black just
Anaconda.
fucks me up because all I think about is like
School of Rock.
He was
Jumanji.
young, 1998.
Anaconda, the one that hasn't came out yet?
No, 1998.
Oh, 1990. 1990?
Kind of along the lines of Ghostface.
Hey, that's my year right there, 98.
Kind of along.
Kind of, in that genre.
Slasher.
Sleepaway Camp.
I don't know. They kind of tie together. I don't know what that.
No
Pass.
idea.
You
I still
didn't
know what you did
Next.
last summer.
He was in that?
Apparently,
Lies.
Well,
I
it
did
kind
not
of
see
sounds
him.
like I won. I didn't.
This fool.
Kelly
Jessica gave you the answer.
Kelly Rowland,
Oh,
A
right
Nightmare
here.
on
Fuck,
Elm
I thought
Oh,
that
no,
was-
Freddy vs. Jason.
Freddy vs. Jason,
That. Yep.
Tyra
That's
Banks.
Ashley's favorite movie.
Tyra Banks.
Mhm.
Wax.
No,
I was
Friday
gonna
the
guess that.
13th.
no. Halloween Resurrection.
Damn, it was one of those.
Oh,
movies.
She was like a friend or something.
yeah.
That's stupid.
That's the one where they were filming on the TV show.
The new 007, Idris Elba.
Oh, that's my man.
Idris.
That's
was
a
in
grown
2008.
man right there. You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea what the movie's called. Was he like a psycho not serial killer, but a killer?
The one with Beyonce in
He was
it.
a detective.
He's a detective. That's not it.
Final Destination.
No, it's called Prom Night. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even realize that's him.
Ava Mendes,
Hot.
Eva Mendes.
1998.
That mine or that Jess?
I don't
Whoever.
even
At this
know.
point, whoever. I'm lost.
Eva Mendes. Is that the girl from Desperate Housewives?
From Too Fast, Too Furious. I
Oh,
mean,
she's. Oh, that's his name's
Oh.
girl. No.
Yes, it's Brian's girl.
Ripped
1998.
woman.
Yeah.
1998. Children of the Corn
What?
The hell?
Really?
versus 5. Sorry,
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Children of the Corn 5.
What were we thinking? It's their OG. I tried watching the OG one time. Didn't work.
It's boring, huh?
I was like, what is this shit?
I don't know who Adam Scott is. Do you know who Adam Scott is?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on from that one. Misha Barton,
Nope. All
The
this,
Sixth Sense.
all this proves is that we don't know our actors.
I don't know people's names like that. That's terrible.
No,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
it would have been easier if you named the movie. And
Glass.
No.
No, it's oh my god. That's not him. I was gonna say Jeepers Creepers, but that's not him.
Penny. It.
Halloween H2O.
All right, that was the shittiest one out of all of them. Or no, probably when Jason goes to space.
Yeah. Jason X.
I don't know
Trying to
who
find
approved
one.
that.
Last one. Come on.
Let me find one that you guys will know. Cause
Shit, we're
there's
going way too deep.
A lot of rando shit on here.
Morgan Freeman.
Kevin Bacon.
Tremors.
It's not a horror movie.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
What?
One of his first roles.
1980.
He died. Straight through the neck.
Wow, I gotta
In
watch
the bed
that.
like this.
Anyways.
He went up.
Yeah, you guys don't know your actors.
I told you before we even started, I was like, I don't know nobody's names. What
Me
the
neither.
hell?
Anyways, guys, season 6, episode 1 in the books. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like we said in the past, we're gonna continue to try to bring you the best content possible. Gets a little difficult here and there, obviously.
Kind of
Yeah.
just has to do with our personalities at this point.
Yeah, you know, I think you guys just like watching us sit here and with our long house hanging out. But
Fight.
anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned, guys. Got a lot more this season coming up for you guys. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.